just you and I coming on now on the back of my team, smashing to pieces your team, Liverpool. Now, I know we've had a giggle about this in the office, and I know pre-season friendlies pretty much mean absolutely nothing. But what I will say is if I'm sitting here now after United have got beat 4-0, then there's conversations to be had.
I don't think they mean absolutely nothing. I think they're relevant because winning becomes a habit and losing does. And you can drain your confidence as a group if you keep losing games and getting spanked. Now, at this stage in the season, for a club like Liverpool, for example, with the quality they've got and the players coming back and easing the way back in, it's not a big deal. If this was a week before the season, 2 weeks before the season, I'd be thinking, this ain't great. But when you look at the teams, and that's the key, Liverpool have two probably out of that who would start, Henderson and Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
And you could argue, especially of United's team last season, you've got 7, probably 8.
Yeah, there's a lot of big hitters in there.
Yeah, so it was a big ask for those young lads of Liverpool to take on the quality. And you don't know where they're at fitness-wise.
I should say, by the way, everyone got a game. There was about 12 subs and everyone got a game.
Yeah, but in terms of the starter, because it was 3-0 up quite quickly, weren't they?
Yeah.
But I think for United it's more important because what you want to see as a new coach, or what you want to see as a player when you've got a new coach, is that the methods work. And whether it's a poor Liverpool side or not, they're winning and they're playing good football and there was some good performances. So the players start to think, that was good. He knows his stuff. I know that sounds a little bit simplistic, but the manager comes in and you have to see the fruits of the labour in the games to convince you that what you're doing is right. A bit like when Roy came to Fulham, we had a bad 5-6 games and we were a bit, what's this? We don't really know. Does he know what he's doing? And all of a sudden, we started drawing a few, winning a few. We were solid, hard to beat. Our confidence was growing. And we started believing in him. You gain a certain respect for being articulate and respectful and you speak well. But if you keep losing games and your training methods aren't working... Okay. So for United, I think it's
the
really
perfect start. Yeah,
really good.
Okay. When you were pre-season, I'm guessing things have changed quite a lot since your day, and by that I mean that when you'd have that gap and come back for pre-season, it was a gap of go and do what you want. Everyone would, have a few drinks and maybe eat too much. But now the gap between the end of the season and the start is so small that it's not as difficult pre-season. Players aren't putting on as much weight. They're not looking as out of shape as they.
I don't think the size of the gap matters on how much you have rest. I think the mentality has changed because of the coaching and because of the fitness levels. Everything has changed. So even in my last 10 years of playing, everyone was given a program to go away with to a minute detail. When you should rest, what type of work you should be doing, etc., etc. And I could honestly say in the last 8 to 10 years of my career, I don't remember one player coming back not fit.
Oh, do you know? I thought you were going to tell us some horror stories.
No, because they wouldn't. You're playing catch-up, you're out of the team.
So if I was going to say who's the worst one for coming back, you wouldn't have that answer?
In the early days, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I remember once, one of my very early years, Razor Ruddock coming back.
I knew that was going to be
No,
your
but
answer.
he did. He came back heavy. Yeah. Heavy. And that wasn't good because Julio was in the building. And so those lads were frowned upon really quick, understandably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you just can't do it because most lads who are worth, the best players, they want to play. They don't want to be injured. And if you're not fit, it used to be you come back and you have 2 weeks getting fit. Now you come back fit and you have 2 weeks getting match fit. Yeah. It's a very different mentality for the better.